For anyone who doesn't know me, I am Christina Stanley. I'm the CEO of Fictionary, and this is one of our free events in the community, which will be recorded, put up on YouTube, and replayed in the community for everyone. And here I am today hosting Carla King, and she is, as we just talked about, a trailblazing travel writer, memorist, and publishing coach. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Publishing coach. So everyone knows at Fictionary, we focus on story structure. And then once you have your great story and you do your copy and your proofread, etc., what do you need to do? You need to publish. But Carla's going to tell you something very interesting about that order I just gave you. She's celebrated for her solo motorcycle adventures around the globe. She embraced self-publishing at the inception of technology tools with their self-publishing boot camps, workshop, and author-friendly podcast, and has authored 5 books on publishing and 3 memoirs. So I met Carly, we were just talking about this, I don't know, 2018, 2017
Yeah.
online when Fictionary wasn't even a company yet. And I was writing and talking about editing, and that's how Carla and I met. And then we both kind of built these businesses. And so here we are today, and I'm going to turn it over to Carla to talk about Kickstart your book marketing, publishing, and promotion before you write that end. Dun, dun.
Yes, thank you so much, Christina. It's been quite a journey, the self-publishing, which changes all the time, which is one of the reasons why I developed this Your Publishing Compass year-long program is because, especially with AI today, we all kind of need hand-holding through all of the new technologies and all the new ways to publish and all the new social media, et cetera. So I'm super excited to share this with you today and some real actionable steps that you can take, whether or not you join the Compass program or not. Good food for thought. So listen, I have an accidental authoring success story. I was a technical writer with a background as a farm girl who helped her dad fix the machines on the farm, the tractors. And so I was a mechanic. I loved writing. I was also so very engaged in multimedia at the time when the internet happened. And so I got this job. I got 2 jobs. The first job was test riding a Russian Ural sidecar motorcycle, a 1938 design from Germany, made in Russia, around the United States borders with Canada and Mexico. That was my, theme. I knew I was going to write about it, but my friends up in Sebastopol, Tim O'Reilly and Larry Haberger and others who were in the travel writing space said, you need to write real-time online dispatches to the internet while you're doing this. We have this whole thing called the Global Network Navigator. And so I said, okay, I'll do that. And so for $25 a dispatch, I did that. I test rode the internet. And this is now called blogging. So little did I know that I was positioning myself, branding myself, engaging readers and laying the groundwork for a successful book launch before I even knew I was going to write a book. And indeed, I did start writing stories for publication, and American Borders, Motorcycle Diaries became a book that I self-published later. And now I'm launching the China Road Motorcycle Diaries as well. And I've got, I've ridden these motorcycles around the world, so I've got 10 more books to write. It's really daunting. So I'm going to reverse engineer this for you. But before that, this is sort of how Christina and I met. I also was so fascinated with technology and how, Mark Coker at Smashwords and Amazon came on the scene at exactly almost the same time. And so I started helping authors publish by helping them sort out, should they go with Amazon or should they go with Smashwords, or should they go with both? I wrote a column for PBS. I created self-publishing boot camps. I even had a website builder, author friendly. But anyway, I've ended up with a lot of books and instruction. And I had the author friendly podcast, which I am, Christina, thinking of reviving, that you were on, right? Along with many other experts and thought leaders in the field. It was so fun. I loved that podcast.
I'm up in the corner on the right. Yay!
You are. So listen, We are all very energized right now. Are you energized? Like right now, you are in the middle of telling your story and you just want to write. All you want to do is write. And you're putting off the publishing equation because you don't want that to interrupt. You think you're in the flow and all of that. But listen, waiting until the manuscript is finished to think about all this business marketing, publishing, with promotion, even if you're going to it doesn't matter if you're going to self-publish, get a hybrid publisher, pay a custom publishing outfit, or no matter what you do, you need to start this now. Early planning for publishing will avoid missed opportunities. And also, I find that when authors share their work early and market early, they have the confidence to let that book go out into the world, right? Because otherwise, you're just holding it in and putting it out without any input. And that's a scary, scary thing. And I know authors who have sat on manuscripts for a decade without publishing because of that fear. So what I'm going to talk to you about now is going to help you overcome that fear. Because, right now in 2025, you're energized. Next year, your Energizer Bunny is going to run out of batteries and you're going to want to be on to the next book, but you're stuck marketing and publishing without doing your creative work as well. So don't delay. Start it now and integrate it with your creative process because it really does feed your creative process. You're going to establish your author business and position your book and engage early readers. You got to find them first, but engage them. Look at your author brand. If you don't think you have a brand, Google yourself. You do have a brand. So you want to control that brand. I'm going to show you how to ease into marketing and plan your promotion strategies. This is also a gift to your future self. I heard Elizabeth Gilbert at a talk once about outlining and all of that. She's like, it's like brushing your teeth. It's a gift to your future self so you don't have to have expensive dental work later. And this is true. When you're writing, you're building interest before launch. You're also making sure that your book fits the intended audience and genre. I know so many authors who are writing a book and I say, well, what genre is it in? They're like, I don't know. It's sort of special book. I don't know if it fits in any genre. And then we have to start back up and start over. And also trying to publish in a rush is a very depressing and stressful thing. First of all, your author business. It's pretty simple. And it's a great way to be a professional. Start off right as a professional and separate your personal social security number and your personal bank account from your business bank account and your business email. You can be paying and writing off from your taxes all of these things like a membership to Fictionary, a membership to your Publishing Pro, your domain names, your websites, you decide on a business name, an imprint. When you register to upload your book to Amazon or Ingram Spark, you're going to use your business name. You're going to use your business bank account. When you get royalties, it's going to come into your business bank account. So registering your business is a good first step before you start publishing and paying for stuff. That includes editors, anything. Now, easing into marketing and promotion. If you're not publishing short pieces of your book right now or something related to your book, now is the time. You can publish excerpts, short stories, articles. Book reviews are a wonderful thing to publish if you know what genre you're in and you know the influencers, the other authors who are maybe not the super famous ones, but the mid-list authors. Review their books and connect with them. This is going to pay off in the future because they're going to know your name. And when it's time to launch your book, they're going to go, oh my, isn't that the person who reviewed my book? And in their blog, and who's been connected with me on Facebook or wherever they are. And so that does go a long way. And it's an easy entree to publishing short pieces and testing your book to see who's interested and who is liking it. Or if it's crickets, you might need to change tactics, right? Listen, a couple weeks ago, I did this interesting thing. I'm a very big AI fan, and I used a custom GPT that was already published on ChatGPT to it was called Blog Writer. And I thought, okay, I'm going to plan my blog for my China Road Motorcycle Diaries because there's a lot of rich info. It's a travelogue. And I was kind of fixated on the blue trucks. Like, the blue trucks are everywhere in my story, but my book, it doesn't belong in my book, where they came from, where they get the supplies, all of those detailed things. So I started with that. What's with the blue trucks? What are their routes? What are they? Diesel? They're 4x4s, because I followed them down riverbeds for miles sometimes to find the next village. So I started with that, and this thing coached me through creating a blog post every week for a year. I asked it to do that. So 52 blog posts. It conversed with me like a writing coach, a publishing coach, and it's amazing. And in this blog post, how to use ChatGPT to plan, draft, and publish a blog post every week for a year, it's amazing. I've had other writers follow that model. I expose it. You can go see my chat, and it's incredible. You're going to love it. It's going to ease your journey of blogging. Now, you could be blogging on WordPress or Substack. Doesn't matter. Choose. I'm about to jump on Substack, Christina. It's been a while. But I'm blogging still on my WordPress site. So listen, those of you who are working with Christina and the editors at Fictionary are already positioning your book. Fictionary guides you through specifying your genre. You're already comparing your book to comparable titles and all of that. Many authors just write, like I said before, without knowing the genre they're writing or the audience they're writing to. So positioning your book gives you so much. It gives you all the information you need to market and promote your book. So once you identify your categories, once you've read comparable books, you can tailor your manuscript, or, just reposition your manuscript a little bit. I find that some people are saying, I don't want to write to market. I want to write what I want, to write. But sometimes it only takes just a little tweak to write to a market of readers who already exist and are eager to read your story too. So Fictionary, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I point creative nonfiction authors like memoirists to Fictionary all the time, as well as all the fiction authors that I know. Publisher Rocket is also another wonderful tool to research bestsellers on Amazon and categories and keywords. So you can start doing all of this now. And this is something that we work on a lot in your Publishing Compass program and in my courses that I've been teaching since 2022. It takes a couple weeks to really get into it and identify the successful authors in your space. And this is where things really start to happen and your creative juices start to flow. When you notice similar successful authors and look at what does their website look like, what do they blog on Substack, what do they write about in their newsletters, what do they write about and to who on the socials, what groups do they belong to on Facebook, are they on Discord, are they on Blue Sky? You can follow and connect with them. And this is called market research, but it really is entering a community of influencers and people that you just want to hang out with. You want to surround yourself by people who are a little bit ahead of you, so they can bring you up with them. And you know what they're doing. Look at the colors, look at the graphics and photography. There are specific cover standards for like cozy mysteries, right? And romance. Be similar, not unique. And this is, I think this is really the fun part. Um, so at the same time you're identifying and connecting with these influencers, you can see where they're getting publicity, right? So marketing is one thing, and now we're talking about publicity. This is when you're launching your book. You kick that publicity into gear. You should all already know what the podcasters want. What podcasts are they on? Are they on TV? Do they publish short pieces in a particular magazine or website? Who are the people who interview them, and what are they interested in? What conferences do they go to? You go to these conferences yourself. Reach out, make friends, um, and don't forget to really connect with them. In real life events, I'm so glad in real life events are happening again. Christina and I were just talking about, that before we came on. I probably have sold more books at motorcycle shows than anywhere else, right? So really, if you have a niche, I know I have a friend who writes legal thrillers. He goes to lawyers conferences and he sells a ton of books at these lawyers conferences. You've all got, your characters all have a profession, right? Go to those conferences, reach out to them and speak. They love they really love authors. I probably have sold more copies of my self-publishing bootcamp guide for independent authors, which is in its 5th edition, at writing conferences, for instance. And you can see I'm having fun. This is all a lot of fun while you're marketing. I know as authors, we don't really think of marketing as fun, but it can be a lot of fun. So I'm trying to direct you to finding your niche and finding your people and having a great creative and professional business time with them. Listen, I have been a part of many groups, writing groups, publishing groups, conferences, etc., for a long time. Since 1998, I joined a writing group called the Wild Writing Women, and we were all solo female adventure travel writers, and we were published, and we shared, and we met, and we talked business, we talked writing. And now, we're on the internet and we have so much more availability to people that we want to hang out with. You really don't have to go it alone. Writing and marketing and building platform and planning publicity and building community is really easier than ever, locally and around the world. So that's all I want to say about that. I hope you have some great takeaways. That's all. The reason I developed Your Publishing Compass is I used to teach these very intensive 6-week courses on publishing, marketing, and publicity. And I did it in January of every year. And then by June, people would be calling me and they'd be hiring me for a lot of money for one-on-one coaching. So I thought, how can I bring a bunch of people into this and sustain you all throughout the year? And I decided that I would start with the course, which is every other week, starting January 30th, with group coaching in between. And then after that, offer group coaching twice a month through the end of the year to help guide you. And so you won't get stuck, and hope that you can make a commitment with me and with the other people that you meet in the group to actually do these tasks and finish your book and prepare for marketing and publicity. I'm also teaching author assistants and publishing professionals. in the course they have another track that helps them figure out how to guide you. So there will be publishing professionals and author assistants in this program too. And I also decided to do what I used to do in the late 2000s is have guest experts like my old self-publishing boot camps that I love so much that I taught in person, and have Christina and other professionals come and talk about the writing and promotion process. So with that, I'll take questions. Check your inbox for an email from Christina after this for the link to the program. And thanks for listening to that. And I look forward to your questions.
I'm curious of everybody listening. How many people here, can you take a one in the chat or on LinkedIn?
Me, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a few people. Okay. So, Carly, when you were talking about, how to build your author network, because you're going to need testimonials for your book covers, et cetera. And when you first start writing, how do you know other authors who you would want? And with my very first book, I got shortlisted for with Crime Writers of Canada for Best Unpublished Crime Novel. And so I went on LinkedIn and I sent a message to every single person in the Crime Writers of Canada Association that was on LinkedIn. I went through every single name. Hi, I'm Christina. And anybody who answered me back and connected with me, all I asked for was a connect. That's it. I got their book and then told them I went and bought their book and read their book. And then from there, that's where I got my first, and if you're Canadian, you know who Barbara Fratkin is, and she's my first testimonial for my first book. And only reason was because I made it took me forever. I sat down at night when I was watching TV basically and click, 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 click. So I could actually build my network I had 0 connections to hundreds and hundreds of writers who were very generous. And so it's a way of really specifically building your author network when you're trying to reach published authors who quite often get a lot in their inbox and don't really pay attention. But if you have a connection to them, like you belong to the same writing organization, because that's your genre you write, there you go. It just worked for me.
That's brilliant, Christina. And I'm glad you said that because I don't think enough authors are on LinkedIn. We've been focused on Facebook, and a lot of people are jumping off Facebook again now. And LinkedIn is where professionals are, and also publishing professionals and author assistants. I actually did almost the same thing. They let you join the professional program at LinkedIn for free for 30 days. And I used that 30 days to research a lot of people and connect with them during that time. It's like $45 or $75 a month. So
but you go for a month for free and just hammer it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I see Linda O'Donnell. She's met lots of writers, editors, and publishers there. So it's a really great place because it is seen as professional. And the other thing I wanted to comment on is you're talking about where you sold your books. And so my first nonfiction book is The Author's Guide to Selling Books to Non-Bookstores. And I sold a ton of books. So my publisher basically came back to me and said, "What are you doing?" Like I kept saying, "I need more books, I need more books, I need more books." And so I just said, "Well, this is what I'm doing." And so I said, "Well, can you just write that in a book?" And I thought, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay." So I did. But it was, basically what you did. I went around to Christmas markets. I went to non-bookstores, so the grocery stores, the drug stores, places that sell books but don't have thousands and thousands of competing titles, and said, "Hey, I'm local," and got my books out that way. And it really helped me get a boost at the beginning of my career. Again, when I had no connections, I wanted to get my books out there. Cause wants to know, what are your thoughts about the value of audiobooks?
Hey, Cause. Yes. I know Cause. I have been, everybody's listening to audiobooks now. And now that Spotify has embraced audiobooks and is really giving Audible a run for its money by Amazon, they're more important than ever. And you can actually, when we're going to do this in the Publishing Compass program, is test out the 11 Labs AI voice cloning. So you can clone your voice. My problem is reading my own books. My voice gets tired, and you can hear it. And I'm not a professional voice actor, so I can clone my voice and have my voice, read my whole book without being tired, or you can use a AI voice. Now, there is an argument for having a human do this. It's expensive, but I think it's a good way to enter the market. I've also talking to authors a lot about audio blogging their books or their chapters. Right. And Substack actually has a feature for that, which has made a lot of people jump on Substack versus WordPress, although you can embed an audio file in WordPress. So doing short work that attract people to your long form audiobook is wonderful. AI is just providing so many opportunities for us, especially people on a budget, to create other assets from their book. Like I said, the blog, I uploaded my book to that blog custom chat program. And so it actually drafted a blog post that were with words that were taken right from my book. In my style. So that is such a game changer because you can crank out audiobooks and articles and blog posts so much faster than you could before.
Okay, says I cloned my voice on 11 labs
Labs.
and have 3 on Audible now. Oh, we should talk about that. Yeah.
Nice. We'll talk about that. Cause is prolific. They have some friends here that I know are very accomplished authors, who are testing a bunch of interesting things out. We all learn from each other. It's wonderful. I
Yeah.
love my author community.
Uh-huh. So let me ask you this. Let's just go back. You talked a little bit about keywords,
Mm-hmm.
right? For publishing an
Category
audiobook.
Amazon categories and keywords. Mm-hmm.
Right. And so it's quite an interesting thing right here because romantasy is very popular. And so any fantasy book with a hint of romantasy seems to have that as a keyword. And with mysteries, psychological thrillers are really popular right now. And so anything with any character in there who is unreliable, not necessarily the protagonist, but anybody is being tagged or categorized as psychological thriller. So I'm wondering what your thoughts are on how far off your main genre you can go with your categories.
Amazon's kind of taking that into their own hands these days, aren't they? Right?
Yeah.
They're categorizing you. You can, okay, so this is what a lot of authors don't know. You can take control of that when you have an author's central author page, Amazon central author page. One of the things you do and why I like to recommend Publisher Rocket as a tool is because you can constantly monitor the metadata, which is your title, all the words about your book, of your own book and of comparable books, and seeing what trends are, and then going in and changing. You can change your cover, you can change your book description, you can change your author bio, you can change your categories and keywords at any time to keep up with industry trends. The only thing you can't change is the title, subtitle, and your author name and your publisher name, and with you've got your ISBN, right? So it's really worth knowing. This is what's difficult for authors to keep up with. You study self-publishing in February and you publish in November and everything's changed. So it's a fun journey if you do it together. But if you're on your own, it can be very frustrating.
Yeah, so just before we close out, I just wanted to mention your program because I think tomorrow is the orientation session, right?
There is an orientation and introduction session tomorrow, the 16th, and an additional one on January 23rd, where people come in and you join the community, and I give you some materials like my publishing workbook and a lot of worksheets and things to digest and think about before the first class on January 30th. And 2 weeks later a week later is coaching, and another week is class 2.
Yeah, so it's coming up quick, and this is why Carla and I just happened to talk last week, and I thought, oh, you have to come in the community and um, let's get this done
Yeah.
today before tomorrow. So we'll get organized out right after this call. We're gonna have a little chit chat and get the link going so that I can send it out to everybody who might be
Mhm.
interested to check it out.
And it's on Circle too. So it's, you already know. Yeah, yeah. Christina turned me onto the Circle platform and everything is in there and not scattered around the web.
Yeah. And so Walter's just asking can you just go to your Publishing Compass
Mhm.
website for the right info?
You can go ahead and go and look at that, but wait for Christina's link. She is an affiliate, and she may put some special goodies in there. So when you sign up with her link, so uh, do wait to sign up for her link with her link.
Okay.
Does
Alrighty.
that sound
So
good?
yeah, fantastic. Thank you everybody for coming, and it's recorded so you can watch the replay and I'll share it in the community, etc. As usual, Carla, I really appreciate you being here and coming on short notice to share this with everyone so we have a chance to join the program. And yeah, so everybody have a great day and we'll talk to y'all soon.
Good.